When you think of accessibility, what comes to mind? Is it subtitles for people who are hard of hearing, closed captionings for people who may be dyslexic or something that makes it hard for them to see/read, high contrast modes for websites for people who struggle with color combinations or certain color combinations, colorblind mode for people who are colorblind, any of this stuff? Do you think of any of this stuff? Because if not, I question what your idea of accessibility is. You might be wondering, why do I bring this up? Well, it's because Twitch, everybody's favorite streaming service, decided to remove the tag blind playthrough from its live tagging system. We're going to be getting into why that's stupid. Alright, like I said before, Twitch removed its tag for blind playthrough from its live stream tagging system. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say live stream tagging system, whenever you go live on Twitch, there are a couple of tags at the bottom of your stream that usually say stuff like, LGBT, art stream, painting, music, blind playthrough, well, not anymore, multiplayer, competitive multiplayer. You can have up to 3 of these tags. And for variety streamers or people who do like special stream content where they play through an entire game for the first time, you would call that a blind playthrough, meaning that you lack the knowledge of what you're going into, aka blind. So currently there should be a screenshot on the screen right now of the Twitch community and marketing staff member. I don't know if they're the lead staff of that department or if they're just a single member, but they work for the community and creator marketing team at Twitch. So there should be a screenshot from them saying, "Happy to see Twitch has listened to everyone who shared feedback and removed the blind playthrough tag to encourage more inclusive language for our community." Yeah, there's that buzzword fuck corporations like use for their hollow gestures toward being good. Inclusive. This is not inclusive, but I'll keep reading. You can still use first playthrough or opt to use it in a combination with no spoilers for the same sentiment. Now, I said before, you get to have up to 3 of these tags usually, right? I don't know how partners do it, but for me, I'm not a partner, I'm an affiliate, which is basically nothing. So for me, I'm a normal streamer, and I only get to have 3 of these at a time, right? I might be wrong, it might be 4, but I'm fairly certain it's 3. And what they've essentially done is they've cut down on the amount of tags you can use because they wanted to remove blind playthrough, which everybody knows what a blind playthrough is. But because they wanted to get rid of it, now you have to use 2 of your 3 stream tags. Now, for some people, oh, why is that such a big deal? Well, because these stream tags are actually used as a sort of system for growth. If you're somebody who only likes watching competitive multiplayer games, you click on the stream tag to find people who have their stream tagged as competitive multiplayer, like the way it's supposed to work. It's fairly self-explanatory. If you want to support LGBT content creators, you can click the LGBT tag, and so on and so forth with the other tags. All they've done is cut down on the number of tag you're gonna use. So now you have to use a combination tag because they couldn't think of something to replace it or rename blind playthrough. They straight up removed it and just said, well, use a combination tag and have 1 left. So if I wanted to play through fucking say Cyberpunk 2077 and I wanted to do blind playthrough, I can't do that. I have to use first playthrough in combination with no spoilers, because if I say I'm doing a blind playthrough through Twitch tags and then some person in chat's just like, oh, so you haven't played before? Alright, I'm gonna try to stay quiet. Versus first playthrough, nobody's gonna know that I don't want spoilers, so I have to add in no spoilers. Or have a bot that occasionally constantly reminds people no spoilers. Now, the reason why this is a nothing gesture is because you can just as easily put all of this in your stream title too. I would advise against it because stream titles are kind of like, unironically, 20% of the reason somebody will click your stream. Sometimes it's 30% of the reason somebody will click your stream. So they're kind of like really taking away a really easy, useful tag here, and it's annoying. Now, the thing that makes this dumb, like I said before, what do you consider good accessibility options? And I ran through the list. I don't consider this like a thing about accessibility or inclusivity. I think this is a nothing gesture to satisfy a couple of people who don't really have any sway in whether or not something changes. They just like meaningless fucking crumbs of actual progressive movements. They don't don't do anything. I've heard a lot LARPing essentially, and I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I'm going out and protesting stuff I don't like and yada yada yada. I sit and play video games. I'm fairly content with life. There's stuff that I get upset about and feel like is unfair, but I'm fairly content with life. And for the people who aren't content with life and have these big movements, when really all they're doing is sitting in their room and getting mad on Twitter or getting mad on forums and shit that cater to their specific viewpoints, Twitch making a move like this to get rid of blind playthrough because it seems insensitive to those who are visually impaired has them like fucking ruining their pants. Like their pants are fucking ruined. Like you look at their pants, there's just a fucking ever-growing wet dark stain on it. This makes them lose their shit, right? And I hate that because, you know, they're the majority group that companies are gonna cater to. But for someone like me, where I genuinely have like I'm colorblind, right? Most men are colorblind. I'm colorblind. Some fucking websites have atrocious layout. I sometimes like to use high contrast modes for websites if they give me the option, because I enjoy the function of something over the form. Now, not all the time, you know, I like my sparkly new UI every now and then, but a majority of the time I do like to be able to actually use these websites. And I'll tell you right now, Twitch has not done a damn thing when it comes to fucking helping people who are visually impaired. It's like Twitch could easily come up with technology to help users engage with the chat more. Like you get a text to speech for the chat every couple of seconds, a message in chat, if you opt into it, I guess. Or you could have like the ability to change text in the chat, like the size of the text or the font, so people who struggle to read that stuff can have more visibility. Or again, bold / like contrast themes or high contrast themes, something to help stuff stand out a little more. These are all things that they could have done, but removing a word from the tags of a stream that most people probably don't even care about. I'll tell you right now, right? Some people who are affected by like visual impairments are probably gonna care. Some. I think like 1% of anybody who has a visual impairment is going to care about this shit. Everybody else is just gonna sit there and say like, thanks, I guess. And there are some people who are going to see this who aren't affected by these everyday struggles or impairments that are going to think like, oh my god, I'm sorry, I didn't know, I'll try to be better with the language I use, I'll try to edit my lexicon, I'll work on that, I didn't know it was an offensive thing. And it's like, it's not an offensive thing. It's not. It's literally the name of something. Blind being used means a lot more than what people think it means, and what we've done is boil it down to one definition that targets one group of people and associated offense to that word. And I think it's fucking stupid because honestly, it just smells performative, man. It just smells performative. And the last thing I like when it comes to progressive stuff is when somebody's being performative, especially a multi-million-dollar fucking company like Twitch / Amazon. You motherfuckers could have done something other than this. And the worst part about it is it's making people happy. It's such a nothing gesture is actually making people happy. And that's the fucking terrible part of it, is like nothing get done when you accept stupid shit like this. Granted, because it's a nothing gesture, there's really no point to getting upset about it as much as there is no point to getting happy about it. It's just kind of disappointing at most. And that's the fucking shitty part, because you could have taken that time deleting a word to make like, you know, some actual fucking accessibility options for your godforsaken website. I'm sure somebody who's blind sure loves the 70 fucking ads that run at varying volumes that they barely have any fucking control over. They're listening to a nice relaxing music stream or some shit, somebody's playing guitar, and then you get an ad for Lily Pichu playing the Avengers and it's blasting your fucking eardrums out, and you think like, oh, I should probably turn the volume down. Then you turn the volume down and the Twitch streamer's now too low, and then you turn it back up, and then the fucking ad comes back. It's a different ad. It's a different fucking ear blasting ad. I'm sure they love that. But you know, let's remove blind playthrough from the tag so we can encourage more inclusive language for our community. You know, that's fine. I don't want to hear Twitch community managers or anything talking about inclusivity, especially when they are fucking gods at keeping terrible people in power on the fucking platform, because those are the money makers. They can't really do anything to them. And content creators that deserve spotlight and growth barely get fucking touched. I don't want to hear Twitch talking about inclusivity. So unless I see some fucking like visibility updates to the website, some options, something, high contrast mode, something, you know, closed captions maybe, unless I see stuff like that being added to the website anytime soon after this decision was made, then this is a nothing gesture that people should not be getting excited about, and it honestly depresses me to see people clapping and cheering on Twitch for adding this and then being like, yeah, we know, we're your saviors. Yeah, it's like, stop doing that. Stop giving people power over small gestures. It's not even something like, well, we added this mode for blind people. It's not even like that. They removed something. It's easier to take something away than it is to give. And all you ended up doing was creating backlash to a fucking nothing decision because people are tired of performative acts on the internet getting so much praise. But whatever. It's the internet. That's how things go. I can't get too upset about it. So I thought I should just talk about this because the accessibility conversation, the inclusivity, exclusivity stuff is going to end up coming up over and over again until we finally get it figured out. And I just want people to know, like, performative actions or performative stunts, I should say, like this are not what you want. You want actual things being added. You don't want stuff being removed, especially not if it's as tiny and insignificant as this. You want something to be added to help more people enjoy the content. Like, if it hurts their brain to see blind playthrough, if it hurts their brain, I'm sorry, but that is not nearly as bad as somebody just not being able to enjoy your content because they literally can't see it. Like, something. Like I said before, if you're listening to a music stream and then 70 fucking ear-blowing ads come on and you have no control over turning up and down the volume, maybe you should do like an audio leveler for ads or something. I don't know. Do something other than this because people shouldn't get excited about it and Twitch shouldn't have removed it. It was such a nothing thing for them to do. But other than that, that's my opinion on this. Share your opinion down below in the comments section. I appreciate your views. I appreciate you taking time to watch this, get some info on what's going on the internet, and especially appreciate you choosing me to tell you what's going on the internet. But yeah, so again, tell me how you feel about it down in the comment section below. Do you think it's a nothing move? Because I think it's a nothing. Do you think this could actually like help be more inclusive to the blind / visually impaired community? Do you think this is like the first step to something bigger, right? They actually have more planned or something completely different. Tell me how your day went. You know, sometimes I'd be wondering, you doing okay? You drink some water? I hope so. But other than that, if you've been binge watching my content for a while now, somehow hit that subscribe button because I'm pretty sure you won't be disappointed. But you will be disappointed to know that you're probably never gonna see my videos unless you also hit the bell notification. Hit the bell notification so you always get updated whenever I upload. I try not to spam people's inbox. I try to space stuff out so you're not just seeing upload in your fucking like little notifications box. And finally, if you liked the video, hit the like. If you disliked it, hit dislike. That's what it's for. So, thanks for watching one last time, and until next time, remember to stay cool.